Vincent Kennedy McMahon, a name that resonates deeply within the world of professional wrestling, a name that has become almost legendary, a name synonymous with professional wrestling. From the roaring crowds to the dramatic storylines, Vince McMahon's influence is undeniable. Born into the industry, he inherited a regional wrestling promotion from his father, Vincent J. McMahon. This was a time when wrestling was a fragmented collection of regional promotions, each with its own loyal fan base. This wasn't the glitz and glamour of WrestleMania, it was a gritty grassroots operation far removed from the spectacle we know today. Vince Jr., as he was then known, saw a different path. He had a vision that extended far beyond the confines of regional wrestling. He envisioned a nationwide spectacle, a world where wrestling transcended sport and became entertainment. He dreamed of creating a larger-than-life experience that would captivate audiences everywhere. Vince McMahon's early years were marked by ambition and a willingness to break tradition. He was not content with the status quo and sought to revolutionize the industry. He challenged the established order, often clashing with promoters who clung to territorial boundaries. His vision was clear. He wanted to unify the fragmented wrestling world and create a single, dominant entity. Wrestling wouldn't be confined to smoky arenas and local fan bases. It would become a mainstream phenomenon, reaching millions of households. It would explode into living rooms across America. His gamble? To take wrestling from a niche pastime to a cultural juggernaut. A gamble that would change everything. Vince McMahon's relentless drive and innovative spirit transformed professional wrestling into a global entertainment powerhouse. His legacy is one of vision, risk-taking, and an unyielding belief in the power of entertainment. Through his leadership, the wrestling world saw the birth of iconic events like WrestleMania, the rise of legendary superstars, and the creation of unforgettable moments that have etched themselves into the annals of pop culture. Vince McMahon's journey from inheriting a modest regional promotion to building a global empire is a testament to his vision and tenacity. His story is a reminder that with bold ideas and unwavering determination, one can truly change the world. As we look back on his incredible journey, we see a man who not only inherited a business, but also redefined an entire industry. Vince McMahon's legacy will continue to inspire future generations of dreamers and innovators. The then WWF became Vince's canvas, a blank slate where he could paint his vision of wrestling's future. He invested heavily in production, storylines, and most importantly, characters. Vince understood that wrestling was more than just a sport. It was a form of entertainment that needed to captivate audiences on multiple levels. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, these larger-than-life personalities captivated audiences like never before. WrestleMania was born, a grand stage where these icons could shine. A spectacle that blended athleticism with rock concerts and Hollywood showmanship. It wasn't just a wrestling event, it was an extravaganza that drew in fans from all walks of life. WrestleMania was a gamble that paid off. Millions tuned in, making it a cultural phenomenon. The event became a must-watch, not just for wrestling fans, but for anyone who loved grand spectacles. Cable television became McMahon's weapon of choice. He saw the potential to reach a national audience, breaking free from the constraints of regional broadcasting. He took his product directly to the people, bypassing traditional broadcasting and its limitations. Rival promotions scoffed at his audacity, thinking it was a passing trend. They dismissed it as a fad. They were wrong. Vince's vision was clear, and he was determined to prove the naysayers wrong. McMahon tapped into something primal, a desire for heroes, villains, and the thrill of a well-told story. He understood that wrestling was a modern-day mythology, where good battled evil in the ring. Fans didn't just watch, they lived the stories. They bought the merchandise, imitated their favorite wrestlers, and became part of the WWF universe. Vince McMahon had revolutionized wrestling, turning it into a global entertainment powerhouse. The 1990s, the WWF's golden age, the rise of the Attitude Era pushed boundaries. It was raw, edgy and controversial. Characters like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock became cultural icons. They reflected a generation's rebellious spirit, their anti-establishment attitude resonating with millions. Vince McMahon, the mastermind behind it all, stepped out from behind the curtain. He cast himself as Mr. McMahon, the tyrannical boss, the perfect foil to Austin's rebellious anti-hero. It was a stroke of genius. The lines blurred. Fans questioned what was real, what was scripted. Competition arose. WCW, fueled by Ted Turner's money and bold moves like signing Hulk Hogan, became a legitimate threat. The Monday Night Wars began. Every week a battle for ratings supremacy. Risks were taken. Storylines became more outlandish, more controversial. Vince McMahon, ever the competitor, fought back. He embraced the challenge, pushing his creative limits. New stars emerged: The Rock, Triple H, D-Generation X. The WWF, fueled by its edgier content and McMahon's ruthless business acumen, ultimately triumphed. WCW was purchased, absorbed into the very empire it sought to topple. Victory came at a cost. The wrestling world is a dangerous one. The toll on its performers, immense. The steroid trials of the 1990s, the tragic death of Owen Hart, these cast a dark shadow over the WWF's dominance. McMahon faced accusations of exploiting his wrestlers, of prioritizing profit over their well-being. He weathered the storms, his ambitions seemingly unyielding. But the shadows lingered. The line between entertainment and reality blurred further, whispers of darker secrets hidden behind the curtain growing louder. The lines blurred further. The McMahons, Vince, his wife Linda, their children Shane and Stephanie, were no longer just figures behind the scenes. They became characters in the unfolding drama. Family conflicts played out on live television. This was new territory. Was it exploitation, a cynical ploy for ratings? Or was it a bizarre form of honesty, a glimpse into the complex dynamics of a family deeply intertwined with their business? Whatever the answer, it was captivating. But beneath the surface, a storm brewed. Allegations surfaced. Whispers became shouts. Sexual misconduct claims, hush money payments, board investigations. The facade crumbled. Vince McMahon, the man who built an empire on spectacle, was now at the center of a scandal that threatened to burn it all down. He stepped down from his position as CEO, a titan seemingly brought low. The wrestling world watched in disbelief. The man who had been untouchable, who had weathered storms before, was now facing an enemy he couldn't script his way out of. Vince McMahon's impact on professional wrestling is undeniable. He revolutionized the industry, creating a global entertainment juggernaut. He turned wrestlers into household names, blending athleticism with storytelling in ways never seen before. But his legacy is now forever intertwined with controversy. The allegations against him, the whispers of exploitation, the shadows cast over his accomplishments. The man who thrived on controlling the narrative now finds himself at the mercy of one he can't control. Vince McMahon has returned to WWE, a move that has sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. His presence, once a cornerstone of the company, is now met with mixed emotions. His legal battle seemingly behind him, McMahon steps back into the spotlight. The controversies that once threatened to overshadow his legacy now seem like distant echoes. But the landscape has shifted dramatically. The WWE universe has evolved, with new stars rising and old legends fading into the background. His daughter Stephanie and Triple H now guide the company, bringing fresh perspectives and innovative ideas. A new era dawns, filled with both promise and uncertainty. What does the future hold for this iconic brand? The fans are eager, the wrestlers are ready, and the stage is set for a new chapter in WWE history. Can WWE thrive without its creator at the helm? The creative team faces the challenge of maintaining the legacy while forging a new path. Will the shadow of his tarnished legacy linger? The questions are many and the answers are few. Only time will tell how the story unfolds. One thing is certain, the world of professional wrestling will never be the same. The changes are inevitable, and the impact will be felt for generations. The legacy of Vince McMahon, a complex tapestry of triumphs and tribulations, a mix of undeniable brilliance and troubling darkness, continues to cast a long shadow over the industry. It will continue to be debated for years to come. As the WWE moves forward, the echoes of its past will always be a part of its future, shaping the narrative in ways we can only begin to imagine.